Hello, hello. Welcome everyone. Hi. We're about to get started in 1 minute. I'm so excited to see you all. Have a great class in store for you. Hello, hello. So many wonderful faces. Hi. Awesome. So those that don't know me, my name is Akela Douglass. I am coming to you from the San Francisco Bay Area, and I am a brand educator for Wella, Sebastian, Nioxin, and GHD, and recently was named the 2020 Beauty and Vision Awards Natural Texture Artist of the Year, which I'm still on cloud nine about. Still can't believe that. So I'm really excited to be here with you today. This week we are amplifying diverse hair. So I'm going to be showing you 4 different ways. These are all heat-free styles to style naturally coily and curly hair. Hello, all the way from Chile. Welcome. All right, so we are just gonna dive right in because we have lots of information to go over today. A little disclaimer, I am all by myself today. I don't have any help. So if you have any questions and I miss it, please just kind of flag me down and get my attention. What's my @? It's in the title. My Instagram is @Akela's Hair Studio. Thank you guys so much. So we're gonna, like I said, go over 4 different ways of doing twist outs. I have sectioned my mannequin off into 4. So we're gonna do 2-strand twist, we're gonna do 3-strand twist, we are going to do flat twist, and we are going to do Bantu knots. Also throughout this class, I'm also going to be dropping a little bit of historical knowledge because yes, these are modern hairstyles we do all the time, but they actually have a lot of rich history that predates us to the 17th and 18th and 19th century. So we'll be dropping some little history nuggets on it too. Those don't know, I'm a super nerd, so I love to share history whenever I can. All right, you guys ready to get started? Sweet. All right. So my lovely model here. All right, so we're gonna start in this first section. So this is a 2-strand twist. So I've already done these. These are already completely dry, but I saved one section in each one to kind of show you how we go through this. Also, all the products that I'm using today are going to be from the Wella's Neutral Curls line, which I am absolutely obsessed with. So every single mannequin I have prepped with the shampoo and conditioner for curly hair. So I'm going to go ahead and just use a water bottle to resaturate her. She's been drying for a couple days. Hello, hello. All the love. I'm loving the Wella love. All right, so one little tip I will say before we dive in, whenever you are shampooing curly hair, especially like really thick, dense curly hair, I actually will section them out in these 4 quadrants as well and shampoo one section at a time. Because when you try to get in there, especially if the hair's a little tangly, it's hard to actually get it all the way clean. So I actually do split my client's hair into 4 sections and then shampoo one section at a time to make sure you're getting it really clean. So I did that with these mannequins as well. Whenever you're detangling, you're gonna start with a wide tooth comb first, going from the ends, working your way down to the roots to get the big knots out. Then you're gonna go in with a tighter comb and do the same thing. So you can make sure that each section is fully detangled. All right, so I am going to first start off with the Neutral Curls. This is the Milky Waves. This is a really great leave-in conditioner. If they're really tangly, you can put it in before too as a detangler, but it just adds a lot of moisture and really good slip to the hair as well. And then for the 2-strand twist, I'm gonna be using our Curl Elixir Balm. So this is just a really nice, lightweight curl cream. I'm only doing about 2 little pumps for each section though. So I apply product with each section before I work into it. hands. So what I did here before, I just went in horizontally. This is for demonstration purposes. When you're working with your clients, you can do whatever pattern you want. You can make it cute. But I did rows of 3. Oops, let me move her around, sorry. I did a row of 3, and then I did a row of 2 to kind of bricklay a little bit so you can break up the parts when it's all done. It won't be quite as obvious. Okay, so this one I'm going to split into 3 sections. So we'll start in the front. Got lots of products on my hands. All right, so we're going to get nice and close so you can really see this. Let me tilt her down a little bit. So first, I'm just going to split this into 2 sections, 2 equal sections. Hello, hello. And all we're going to do is wrap the 2 sections around each other. That's it. You can go away from the face. You can go towards the face. Keep in mind your client's face shape always. So if they have a really round face, maybe you want to do it towards the face. And all we're doing is just a 2-strand twist. You might have also heard this being called a rope braid, but it's literally just twisting one section over the other, all the way down to the ends. Let me move this a little bit so you can see a little bit better. When you get to the ends, you just give it a nice little twirl. Boom. Nice and easy, right? I'm starting off with the easy ones. This is definitely going to get a little bit more difficult as we continue on. Okay, so same thing. 2 sections, equal sections, and we are just going to twist one over the other. Only strand I can do is a 2-strand, right? If all else fails, this will get the job done. So just 1 strand over the other. Nice and easy. And start you off really easy. So you don't twist both strands as you twist. Nope, this one's nice and easy. All I'm doing is just wrapping 1 strand over the other until I get to the end, and then I do a little twirl. Do you ever twist each piece of the section as you twist together? You can. Again, like I said, you can add on to this and make it more complicated, but I'm going to show you the 3-strand twist is going to give you kind of that same effect with a lot less work. Because keep in mind, we got to protect these too. These wrists are precious, right? So you also want to keep in mind that you want to make this as easy on your wrist as possible. I'm going to do one more to finish this section. I'm going to come from a different angle so you can see here. So again, split into 2 equal pieces. And what they're asking is if I'm twisting and then twisting, you can. But for this one, we're just keeping it simple. We're just wrapping 1 over the other. I'm doing all of these in the same direction. You choose whether if you want to go towards the face or away from the face. So this is just a simple 2-strand twist. This is a really easy technique to also teach your clients because this is something that they could possibly do on their own in between appointments to set their hair. And with all of these looks, once you do this and dries and take it out, you can rock this for like a week before you wash your hair again. Not complicated, keeps the friction off the curl pattern. Exactly. Nice and gentle. Curls are gentle. Be gentle with them. So I'm going to take this section out of the way. Again, these are already done and dry. So I also want to show you how to take them down. And then I'll show you a full finished look as well. So I like to put a little bit of oil in my hands. Always my go-to favorite is always Sebastian Dark Oil. It's my Frank's Red Hot Sauce. Put this on everyone. So you just want to have a little bit of your oil in your hands so that you're not creating any frizz with the curl. So all I'm going to do is this one, I twisted backwards. I'm just going to gently unravel it the other direction. And you see I have my 2 pieces here and then unravel those as well. And then you start to let loose this awesome texture. So just very gently, just start to break these up with a little bit of oil in your hands. I'll do this one. So unravel the opposite direction, untwist and break it apart. So pretty, right? So this is gonna be really great for your really like tighter curls, your spirals to coils. What this effect is gonna do is gonna stretch out the curl a bit, because especially those tight coils, they shrink up a lot. So by doing this two-strand twist, you can also elongate it and get a little bit more stretch out of those curls. And before I show you the final look for the two-strand twist, I want to share a photo with you that I found. Like I said, we're going to be dropping a little bit of history here. So this is a photo just to show you how ancient some of these techniques are. You know, these are busts of ancient African artifacts where you can even see the twist in their hair. So like I said, these styles predate us by centuries. It's been done forever and ever and ever. And I think it's just really cool to bring it into modern day styling as well. All right, so here is the final look for, sorry guys, product everywhere. This is the final look for the two-strand twist. So as you can see, it just really elongated those curls, stretched it out a bit, give it really nice definition. There we go. What do you think of the two-strand twist? It's just gonna keep getting better from here too, all right? So I'm gonna set her aside. And we are going to move on to my personal favorite, which is a three-strand twist. So like I said, we're just gonna keep getting a little more complicated with each one, but as long as you practice, you'll get it. You'll definitely get it. All right, so again, we are going to resaturate this hair. And I'm actually just using rose water in here. I love rose water, and I made it myself. I literally just boiled rose petals in water until the color disappeared. So this is really great nourishing for the hair as well. Do you have sister locks? I do. I am almost 1 year into my lock journey. I am loving them. All right, so she's nice and saturated. I don't know if you heard, my products just went flying everywhere, but let's see. So for her, I again am going to prep with the Milky Waves leave-in spray. And we are going to detangle wide tooth first. Thank you, thank you. And then the tighter teeth to fully detangle that hair. So for this one, I do bigger sections because you need more hair. So I just did 2 and then kind of slightly make them off center so that we can break up those lines. So I'm just gonna split her. Oops, sorry, 1 second, forgot. For her, I used the Curl Defining Cream Gel. Also like one of my go-to faves. 1 good pump. This is gonna have a lot more hold to it, so you don't need a ton of product. But when you are putting product in, you wanna make sure that you really saturate those ends first and then work your way down to the roots. Okay. I love Milky Way spray too, it's so good. It adds just really, really nice slip to the hair. All right, so I'm just gonna split this into 2. All right, so this one's a little bit more complicated, so I'm gonna take this nice and slow, but once you see these results, oh my goodness. Okay, so a bigger section, you're gonna split this into 3. So I like to take 2 fingers here, slide them into the base, so then now we have 3 equal sections. Everybody see that? Okay, so there's 2 ways of doing this. Do whatever feels really like comfortable to you. So the one way is to start with your fingers pointing up, closing your hand, and then twisting all three together. I'm gonna do that again. Do my fingers up and then down. And we're gonna do this all the way down the strand. So what we're doing, just like that 2-strand twist, but we're doing it with 3 sections. So fingers up, then fingers down. Fingers up and fingers down. So I'm gonna continue to do this all the way to the end. I'm gonna do this nice and slow, and then I'll show you another way of doing it, which makes it a little bit faster for me. So now we're wrapping these 3 strands all together, all the way down. And I love teaching these techniques. This is actually a part of the core curriculum that I do anytime I'm teaching a new stylist. So just how I teach them, different types of blow drying, whether it be, flat wrap, round brush, they also have to learn twist outs, because I think this is foundational knowledge that every stylist should have. So when we get to the bottom, you see how we start to it gets a little bit looser. So then I'm just gonna split it back into 2 and finish out with the 2-strand twist. You make it look so easy. I know, it is easy. You just have to practice, right? So now what this is gonna do, with that extra strand, you're gonna get a lot more definition than the 2-strand. So 2-strand is really great for elongating curls. The 3-strand is really great for creating a lot more definition. Yes, definitely gonna do it again. I'm gonna show you a different way with a different hand position, which for me personally is a little faster. This first way that I showed you is really great if you're beginning, and this way is gonna be easier and faster once you get the hang of it. So once again, 2 fingers in to get 3 different pieces, okay? I'm gonna tilt her down. So once you get the hang of it, you can start fingers up, down, twisting all 3 over each other. So the same kind of position, but it's just gonna go a little bit faster once you get the mechanics in, okay? So the same thing, I'm just taking these 3 strands up and over. Now, once you really get the hang of this shouldn't take you forever. Like real time, you're able to twist it a lot faster and just get it done, right? But I'm gonna slow it down for you guys. Before I had my locks, this is actually my favorite way of twisting my hair, because as you're gonna see in this last mannequin, it is so full. There's a ton of volume and a ton of definition, right? Because even though we love our curls, sometimes you wanna switch it up too. So these are great ways to kind of alter your natural texture without using any heat or any damage to the hair. So this is our 3-strand twist. I'm going to clip her out of the way. And these ones are already done. Again, I'm gonna add a little bit of oil to my hands to help with the frizz. You're also gonna notice how long is average drying time. Okay, that's a big one. I was gonna get into that too. Typically, I send my clients home in their twists because you're gonna get the best effect when it air dries. You can sit them under the dryer. It's literally gonna take about 2 or 3 hours because they need to be dry 100%. Now, little funny backstage story from my last mannequin when I did Bantu knots on. I did that 2 days ago and I woke up this morning and she was still damp. So a lot of times when I do the patterns, I make it real cute, and my clients will typically rock these twists for 2 or 3 days and then either take them down themselves or they'll come in for a quick 30-minute appointment and I'll take it down and style it for them. So you kind of get 2 styles out of one because you can rock your twist really cute and pin them up or something, or sometimes I'll do a little halo situation. So that's the hairstyle, and then you take it down and you have these awesome curls for another 3 or 4 days. Cool. All right, so you're gonna feel with this that the product is a little stiff. Can you guys see her all right? I realize the comments are down there. Let me pop her up a bit. The product feels a little stiff at first, but as soon as you run a little bit of oil through it, it really softens up. Again, you're just gonna unravel the opposite direction and look at this definition and then individually break up each section. So pretty, right? Very versatile, yeah. So again, we're just gonna unravel the opposite direction and then gently break up each subsection. For gorgeous definition. What products did you put in again? For this one, I did Milky Waves leave-in, and I used Curl Shaper. This is a cream gel, and then a little bit of dark oil in my hands just to break this up so you can see this awesome definition here. So for this finished look, so cute. So as you can see, compared to the two-strand twist, we're getting a lot more volume, we're getting a lot more definition. I would, after untwisting, go in with a curly girl's best friend, which is a pick, and you're just gonna kind of go in at the root and lift up. This is also a great way to kind of break up any lines that you get from the parting as well. Back up a little bit, and we're gonna do a little 360 for Miss Amber here. Where is it? There we go. So this is your 3-strand twist. So we've done the 2-strand, now we've done the 3 strands. I like after a few days, cream gel is a bit crisp tips. That's why I love like taking it apart. I don't know if you guys saw that question. It says, I feel like after a few days, the cream gel in my hair gets a bit crisp. That's why I love breaking it up with a little oil, because that kind of like breaks up that cast and it releases that stiffness from the product. So this is our lovely 2-strand twist. How you guys like that? Which one do you prefer so far? The 2-strand or the 3-strand? They're both beautiful in different ways. All right. So next up, we are going to do probably the most used in the salon, which is a flat twist. So this is very similar to what we just did, but this is going to be more on the scalp. This is the one that I typically do for my clients and then send them home. 3-strand has cute shape. Yeah, 3, 2, awesome. Both awesome. That's what I love about curly hair. It's so diverse. You can switch it up every single week. If you go through my Instagram, you can see I change my hair all the time. All right, so 2-strand twist, but I'm gonna show you 2 different ways. My next mannequin, I did half and half. So on this one, I did a flat twist into a 3-strand twist on the bottom. This one is a flat twist into a 2-strand twist on the bottom. And then on the mannequin, they're gonna be side by side so you can see the different effects of those two, okay? All right, so I'm gonna take this out. Again, we are gonna resaturate with some rose water. What is your Instagram? My Instagram is up in the title. It is at Akela's Hair Studio. Akela is spelled A-K-E-L-A. Akela's Hair Studio. Thanks. All right, so once again, we are going to go in with Milky Way. I always love for my leave-in product to be the very first product that I put in, because that's really just gonna help lock in moisture. Curls need and crave moisture, so I love to put that back in. All right, so we're gonna detangle. I'm going to use my tail comb to go in and create a parting. I'm just gonna split this section into 2. Now again, you can get really, really creative about like how you want to, like what pattern you want to do, because like I said, in a lot of these styles, my clients are typically wearing these for a couple days before we take it down. For this look, I am using the Soft Twirl foam. So most curly hair is actually very, very fine. A lot of people think it's coarse because it feels rough, but it is fine hair. My hair is baby, baby fine. And so I like to use foams a lot and mousses because you're gonna get the hold and definition that you need, but you're not gonna get the weight. Like for me, I can't put anything in my hair that says like butter or custard or any type thing because it'll just fall flat. So I'm a really, really big fan of foams and mousses because most curly hair is so fine. How long do these styles last for? My clients will sometimes rock these for a full like week and a half because your hair has the most memory when it's going from wet to dry. So when you set this in and it dries completely, your hair is gonna hold on to that formation for a few days. And actually my favorite is like the second or third day because it starts to get really big. So yeah, these are great styles that you can rock for the entire week. All right, so I'm just gonna use about 2 pumps of soft twirl. Again, we're gonna work this in starting on the ends first and then work your way up to the roots. I had my flat twist in for a week, yep. And like I said, it's a 2-for-1 because if you do this well, you can also rock the twists by themselves for a while. Have you used the Twisted Range and Sebastian? Absolutely, that is my other favorite curl product. They are both fantastic. All right, so like I said, this is gonna start getting a little more complicated. So the same concept as a 2-strand twist, but it is just going to be on the scalp. So think of like a French braid or cornrow, but only 2 strands. So I'm gonna start with 2 equal strands at the top, and I'm just going to go, for me, it's left over right. It might be flipped for you, but with my index finger here, every time I come here, I'm picking up a little bit of hair and then I'm twisting it over to the other side. So I'm picking up hair and twisting it over. So I'm still working with just 2 strands of hair, wrapping one side over the other, but using my index finger to pick up a little bit of hair. Okay, we're gonna keep doing this all the way down. I'm gonna do this nice and slow so you can see. You guys can see all right? Right? So pick up a little bit of hair. Again, just like you would be French braiding or cornrowing. And over, all right? We're gonna pick up and twist over. So I'm gonna pick up the speed a little bit so you can see in real time how fast this can go. You can also change hand directions if it's more comfortable for you. You can also come from the top and use your thumb to pick up hair on the other side as well, if that is more comfortable for you. Again, the main thing is you want to protect your wrists and your body, so do what feels good. You're still going to get the same results. So we're just keeping this nice and tight to the head until we get to the hairline. And this is where I said you can be creative. This first one, I'm going to go ahead and just continue to 2-strand twist. And like I mentioned in my final look, I did half head, so you can see the differences between finishing it with a 2-strand or finishing it with a 3-strand. So we're just gonna go all the way to the bottom, and you are going to just give it a little twirl at the bottom there, okay? Oops. All right, and then we're gonna do I'm gonna do this again. But this time, we're gonna do the ends with a 3-strand. Okay, fully saturate that with some soft twirl. Start off with 2 separate pieces. For me, it's left over right. For you, it probably looks like right over left. Again, it is completely up to you which direction, but you're picking up hair with your index finger and wrapping it over to the other side. The key though is to keep nice, clean sections in between so you get that definition from the twist pattern. Hello, hello, welcome everyone that's just joining. This is 4 ways to twist out naturally curly and coily hair. These are all heat-free styles, so you never have to worry about damaging those pretty curls. I'm also showing you the other direction if you want to come from on top. Again, just wrapping one side over the other with 2 strands. So it's not a braid, it's a 2-strand. I love this technique Diane taught me. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Like I said, I'll do a really cute hairdo and rock this for a few days and then take it down and rock that for a few days. All right, so now that we're down to the nape, I'm gonna show you. I'm actually gonna now split this into 3 sections and then go in with the 3-strand twist at the bottom. This whole time I was picking up but not twisting my wrist. We'll try it tomorrow. Awesome. Just practice, practice, practice. This is an amazing mannequin. This is, thank you very much, from Pivot Point. This is the Amber mannequin. And so she is really, really great to practice on. All right, so we're just gonna continue. So I'm doing back to that 3-strand twist that we just did, all the way through to the ends. When it starts to get tapered, then you can go back and finish off with the 2-strand. Pretty easy once you get the hang of it. So nice and clean, okay? So once again, a little bit of oil in the hands. So I'm gonna show you how to take these apart. I'll just do this one. This was the 2-strand. Again, you're just gonna unravel it the opposite direction. Got a sticky one there. There we go. And then you start to release that texture. Got a little knot down there. Come here, come here. There we go. And then you're just gonna do that all the way up the head as you're twisting the opposite direction. We're breaking up those curls and getting some more beautiful definition. Have I answered everyone's questions so far? I know it's going pretty fast. I just want to make sure that I catch everyone. So if I missed your question, please go ahead and put it back. Oh wait, I see I have a question here. Let's see. I want a curly dog. What is your brand? Oh, perfect. I just answered that one. So the mannequin comes from Pivot Point, and this is Amber. Awesome. So we're just going to continue to unravel all the way to the top, and we get all this beautiful definition. So we're going to show you the after. So this is the finished look for the flat twist. Can you show end results of 3-strand twist again? I absolutely will right after this. So you can see it's a little different. So this side, I did flat twist into 3-strand twist on the ends. And then this side is flat twist into 2-strand twist on the ends. So you can see side by side how the 2-strand twist is a little bit more elongated. Like I mentioned earlier, this is a great way if someone has really, really tight curls. The 2-strand is a great way to elongate and stretch that curl out and get some more length. The 3-strand twist is gonna give you a lot more definition. So once again, this is flat twist into 3-strand. This is flat twist into 2-strand. They're both very beautiful. Love a flat twist. This again, someone wanted me to revisit. This is the final look of just the 3-strand twist by itself. Someone wanted to see this again. Hello from Norway, hello. All right, and so, oops. Last but not least, we're gonna go into, they're all my favorites, but this is a good one too. This is Bantu knots. So a lot of you have probably done this indirectly, just by like sectioning your client's hair. But I want to go into a little bit more of the history behind Bantu knots, because this style is actually ancient. It's like one of the first recorded hairstyles. So Bantu actually means people in the Zulu language. Sometimes you'll also see these called Zulu knots. The Bantu people cover almost over 400 ethnic groups in Africa, and the Zulu tribe specifically is thought to have originated this style. I'm sure you've seen this in so many different ways. I'm going to show you a few pictures. So this is a really old photo that I love. You can do this with braids and wrapping it around. You can do this. This is a more modern take on it, where you're doing really fun, intricate braiding into Bantu knots. But I really want to show you the history. So this is actually a bust of a Buddha, ancient bust of a Buddha. And if you look closely, those are Bantu knots. That's so amazing, right? So this dates back to the 17th, 18th century. And, you know, there was a big fuss a couple years ago because it was done on runways and bloggers were calling it like mini twist buns or something like that. And it offended a lot of people because this is such like an ancient hairstyle that I think it's always important. Like, absolutely celebrate it, do it, like transform it, but always just give a little bit of credit to where this came from because this style has been around for a very, very long time. All right, so we're going to show you how to do these Bantu knots, and then we will do the final reveal for that. So these are going to be much bigger sections because this technique gives a lot of volume. So if you were to do them as tight as that last picture that I showed you, that would give you like a full-on fro when you take it down. So just keep in mind this, as always, the smaller your section, the tighter your curl is going to be. All right, we are going to detangle. And let me pin this away. Okay, so for her, I actually didn't use Milky Way. I am using Freshen Up. This one is also a leave-in, but it's really great for anti-frizz. As you'll see in the final look, this look is a lot more like fluffier. And so it's important to control the frizz for this one. So that's why I'm using the Freshen Up instead. And then I'm going to be using our Boost Bounce mousse. Like I mentioned last time, I'm a big fan of mousses on curly hair because majority of curly hair is very fine. And so it's a great product to use to get all the control and memory that you need, but not the weight from really heavy products. So I'm just going to rake this all the way through a good amount. If you heard my story earlier, these take a very, very long time to dry. My finished mannequin was still damp this morning. And so this is something that you're definitely going to want to rock for a few days and then take it down. Or you can also kind of dry the hair, like stretch and dry it a little bit with a blow dryer till it's about 70 to 80% dry, and then put these in because they take a long time. All right, just going to comb this product through. We are going to separate this. And again, if you're going to be rocking these for a few days, have fun with the parting. It doesn't have to be squares. It could be triangles. It could be whatever you want, but have fun with it. I'm going to split this into two. And this one's actually pretty easy to do. So all we're going to do is take it and then just start to twist it. Let me go a little bit higher so you guys can really see. You're just going to start to twist it. Okay. And we're going to twist it until it gets tighter around the roots. And then this is still twisted. You're just going to wrap it around. Okay. Wrap it around. So it's twisted and then it's also wrapped into tight knots. What's also really interesting on the history of Bantu knots, and also just a lot of these twisting looks in general, I'm just going to secure this with a bobby pin. You can also use a small elastic as well. A lot of times how they wore their hair, it depicted their age, it depicted their marital status, it depicted what kind of event they were going to, whether it be a wedding or a coming of age ceremony or whatnot. So hair was really, really important in different African tribes because it showed everyone exactly who you were. And I think that's amazing. So we're going to do this again. Just going to twist, twist, twist. So it's not like a two-strand twist. I'm literally just twisting it on itself. Again, a lot of you guys have probably done this just by sectioning hair and putting it away, not realizing that you were creating Bantu knots. So we're just going to do a nice tight twist until it starts to coil on itself. And then we are going to wrap. So twist it and then wrap it around itself. Dropped my pen. Might stay though. And then we are just gonna secure it with the bobby pin. As you can see, I'm not opening it. You actually get a lot more tension out of your pens if you don't open them. So I'm just gonna slide that in. Like so, you can also use a small rubber band. Okay, so we're gonna take this down, ball in the hands again. Again, we don't wanna create any frizz. This can also be done with the 2-strand twist, absolutely. And like the picture I showed too, you can braid it and twist it. Like there's so many different variations of this. Once you get the core foundation of the technique, then you can really be creative and have a lot of fun with this. I'll show you again, like there's lots of different ways of doing this where you can either braid the base or you can also braid it and do Bantus as well. Bantu or Zulu knots. All right, so I'm gonna take this one down. Hopefully it's dry. You're just gonna unravel it the opposite direction that you twisted it. And then start to break up these individual curls. If this was tight or coily, would you still use pins or you wouldn't need to? Yeah, sometimes you don't have to pin it at all. It'll just automatically stay in place. But you can use a pin. You can also just use a small rubber band as well. Those can be hard to get out sometimes though if they have really dense hair, but especially if the ends are tapered, you can just wrap it and a lot of times they'll just stay. Would you use tension? Be quite tight while twisting? Any pointers for clients who may be tender-headed? Yeah, it doesn't have to be super tight to the head. Here, I'll do one more. This one doesn't have product in it. So you can see I'm not creating a ton of tension because you don't want the roots to be too tight. I'm literally just twisting it until it starts to twist upon itself because it'll naturally start to tighten around the roots. And then you just start wrapping. It doesn't have to be super, super tight because you also want some volume out of this as well. Okay, as you're gonna see in my final look, this is a big hairstyle, so yeah. So look how pretty that definition is. As you can see, there's tons of volume and tons of definition as well. Super pretty. So my final mannequin, you might remember her from my final BEA entry. I have repurposed her for the Bantu knot segment. So this is what it looks like once it's all done. One second. Boost this up so you can see her. All right, and we are gonna finish her off. Any final questions? How cute is she, right? I can never get my hair to look like that. It's possible, it's possible. Again, go in with your curly girl's best friend, the pick. So you can see this look has a ton of volume. I kept some of her braids from the BEA look. So much fun. Like I said, this is a real, like lots of volume. Really, really big. What products I used before for this, I used, here they are. I used Freshen Up, which is a frizz-free leave-in conditioner. And I used Boost Bounce. This is a mousse, it's a really light mousse. So again, we're getting a ton of definition, but also lots of fun volume. All right. So we covered a lot of information today. I hope you got a lot out of this. If there's any final questions, go ahead and put them in the comment box or in the question box. Again, my name is Akela Douglass. You can find me on Instagram at Akela's Hair Studio, brand educator for Wella, Sebastian Knight Oxen, GHD, and the 2020 Beauty and Vision Awards Natural Texture Artist of the Year. I really hope you enjoyed these techniques. Please go try them out on your clients, on your mannequins. It's just so much fun to play with texture in different ways. And I can't wait to see you again. Thank you so much, Wella, for this great opportunity to share from WellaEducation. Hope to do it again. You guys have a great day.